Showing you the process of the timing for the fuel pump. So you see this little circle right there. There's a little circle right there, and then the edge of it. It's supposed to be lined up. You can see it's lined up with the hole right there. I do have the tool to spin the motor, but I just took it off. Alright guys, when you install the fuel pump, you guys want to make sure you torque this nut to 184 foot-pounds and align the T with the dot right here. I don't know if you can see it, there's a T mark right here, the gear, and it goes with that together. Alright guys, fuel pump is in. As you guys can see it, I have this special stud right here to help assist with the fuel pump when you install it, so it won't be going all over the place. And you can put the rest of the bolts, then at the end just pull the stud out and then put the bolt right there. Should be good to go. I also have this special tool. It's a magnetic 16mm, as you can see, because if you've done fuel pumps before, you know those back bolts, how they can be a pain in the ass. Yeah. What's up guys, fuel pump is in. As you guys can see, I put the fuel filter module and it's time to start it. So let's begin the process. I'm kidding, do not use starting fluid. Starting fluid is junk. We have a special primer pump to prime our DD15 engines. I could have made a little hand primer pump, whatever, made one, but I don't like making stuff too ghetto for me, so I decided to just buy this ESOC Series 250. So let's begin the process. So this is a draw tube. This goes into the fuel tank. Pull out the fuel cap. Okay. And you just stick that in there. We got these ones, so that goes in there. Then you get this black hose, which is for the suction. Wrap it around. Bring it. Okay, then this goes connected to right here. I can't do it with one hand. So we got it. Alright, so that goes into the fuel tank. Then this line right here. This one that goes to the fuel filter module. So this goes right here on the module, the little nipple right there. You just connect it like so. Then you get your other hose and you connect it right here. So I can't do this with two hands, so 1 second. Okay, so then it was connected right here. Then I'll go to the computer just to monitor fuel compensation pressure, all that, just to make sure it's getting it. So what I do is hit run test. Okay, so it's set. It's gonna start reading fuel compensation pressure and LPPO fuel pressure. So we'll see it, and then let's prime it. So right here, it's for the 95 PSI handle, which is for these. So you go ahead, turn it on, and right here you open it. Got disconnected. Yeah, great. Okay. So right here it's priming. As you guys can see, fuel pressure's gonna start going up. As you guys can see, the fuel pressure is starting to go up slowly. And then in the computer, you guys can see the LPPO fuel pressure starting to go up slowly. And then the fuel compensation pressure. So let it build up. See, that's already enough pressure for it to start. So we'll wait for is 2 minutes until this turns red. so we'll turn it on right now. We'll wait 2 minutes. Ready to start. So let's go to the computer and start it. Yeah, the batteries had died, so we put it to charge. Alright, as you guys can see, LPPO fuel pressure, fuel compensation pressure is more than enough to start. Row pressure, so let's start it and see what it does. As you guys can hear, it started up right away. LPPO fuel pressure, fuel compensation pressure, everything's good. Rail pressure, everything's good. So we gotta check there's no leaks. That's old. Now we wait a minute, let it prime for a minute, turn it off, and then rev it to 1500 for about 30 seconds to a minute. If you want, you can go ahead and shut it off. Then turn the valve up, and then you go to the computer. You go to the pedal and then rev it around 1500 for like 30 seconds, so you can get the pressure. Alright guys, this was the pre-filter. As you guys can see, there's metal shavings all around right there. Also guys, when you guys get metal in your filter, make sure you guys replace your module. Replace it. The customer didn't want to buy the 2 filter system, so he had another 3 filter one laying around, so we slapped this one on. Replace the flange too, the high pressure flange, and clean your supply and return lines along with draining your fuel tanks. So it's pretty much all you need to do when you get metal in the system, in the fuel system. And also replace the high pressure lens as well, don't forget that. And I forgot to mention that. So yeah, truck's ready. It's ready to go. All right guys, truck's ready. Everything looks good, no leaks. So we gotta put the bumper back on and truck should be ready to go. Yeah, that mess, that's old. That's old, don't worry about it, but yeah, everything's fine. It didn't leak, so we put the bumper on and truck is ready to go. If you guys have any more questions about anything, just put it down below in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you.